Okay, so good morning, everyone. Guten Tag. My name is Hagit Galatzer. I'm a senior program manager with Microsoft, and I'm super excited to be back here for, I think, my third time in person and a couple of virtual times. And I'm representing two events, our Microsoft Interoperability track, which is our sessions here this morning, and also the interoperability, the SMB3 Interoperability Lab, which starts officially starts this afternoon and will take place the rest of the week. So we're going to talk about the interoperability program, the benefits for you, for developers like you, and we're going to talk about the IO Lab. And one of the top benefits of the IO Lab, which I'm sure you'll agree with me, is getting the free t-shirts. So if you want to get a free t-shirt and if you want to enjoy, and of course all the other benefits of the IO Lab, you can still register. Just let us know and you can just go to the other room, Salon 16, and test your implementation, network with our experts, and enjoy all, and of course get the free t-shirt. And this year we have a special sambaXP 25 special edition. So if you collect the t-shirts, and I know some of you do, then this is your chance. With me here, we have, I have a few team members. I have Shrikant, which I don't see him, but maybe he's already in the lab. Shrikant from our support team, and also James and Namikoya from our engineering test team, and Carissa for my team. So we'll be here for the rest of the week. Please, again, we really appreciate the opportunity to be a part of sambaXP, meet all of you, get to know you, so please take advantage of the opportunity, reach out to us with any question. So with that, we'll start. So interoperability, I don't need to tell you the definition. You probably know it better than I do because that's what you do in your daily work, but it's the ability of the different systems and devices or software to interact and exchange data seamlessly. But why does it matter? And again, you probably know this better than I do, but customers operate in mixed multi-vendor environment. We have, ISVs building cross-platform solutions, enterprises integrating with non-Microsoft and Microsoft systems, government, regulated industries. So these mixed environments, they can introduce issues and bugs, as you know, and it's relevant to any team that ships SMB, small or large. But when you have interoperability, when it works correctly, then it will reduce the integration risk. It will also save you cost and time to market. And it will build the trust and confidence that you get when you have this predictable documented behavior. So it's all translates to better products. For Microsoft, interoperability is enabling that seamless communication between the different systems. And really our main goal is to ensure that developers like you have access to the interoperability information, resources, tools that you need to successfully develop for Microsoft products and platforms. This program is our long-standing commitment, as Volker talked about the history yesterday, and some of you have been in that journey since the beginning. So this program started in the early 2000s, and personally I got involved around 2010 as part of the content team that was fixing the protocol bugs that some of you and some other organization opened, and ultimately all these bugs were leading to a high quality protocol. The program is focused on real world compatibility, not theoretical standards. It's the actual communication on the wire, and it's designed to support everyone, whoever develops or interoperate with the Windows platform. So the Interop program is built on 4 main pillars: our open specification documents. This is our comprehensive portfolio of documents, providing the accurate technical details. Our testing tools, which we'll mention those later. Those are the tools that are used to validate the docs and specifications. Our dedicated support teams, which are available 24/7 and free of charge, and our Interop events, where it all comes together, like the IOLab I mentioned, that will take place here this week. And the formula is very simple. You have the documentation, you have the testing pieces, you put it together, plus the interaction, and that equals better products both for Microsoft and both for the implementers, so win-win situation. The Interop program spans protocols and file formats from Windows, Office, and SQL. We work closely with the product groups to ensure that we have accurate documentation and toolings for protocols like the file sharing SMB protocol that you all know, the RDP, remote desktop protocol, Active Directory, and also protocols covering Exchange Server in Office, and SQL Server communication protocols, and many more. At the heart of the program are our open specification docs. We have over 900 documents and 100,000 pages of content, technical content, and luckily no need to print all of that. It's all available at learn.microsoft.com or under the shortcut aka MS OpenSpecs. These documents are authored in a standardized way to ensure that consistency. They provide deep technical insights and include conceptual overviews, the inter-protocol relationships, technical references, and all the protocol details that are needed for implementation. This is one of the largest interoperability programs out there, and keeping it up to date and accurate is a massive challenge. As you know, docs are published 15 days before each major Windows release, including the monthly updates, so that adds to the challenge, and that must be also dealt with scale. So to address this challenge, we're leveraging human-led agent assistant AI workflows to handle the authoring, the validation, and publication of all these documents. And I won't get into details on how it's done, but Namikoe and James from our engineering test team will share more details in their sessions later on. So to stay updated, you can check out the What's New and Changed page. That's a quick way for you to see the recent fixes, the security updates, and service releases. The doc link will, you can download the page, do a diff, and see all the changes. You can, of course, just type in the name and get to the page. And once you download, you'll find that consistent structure that I mentioned. You see the relationship between the protocols, the normative and informative information. And at the end of each document, there's also a change track table that also shows you the changes that you can get to. In addition to the protocol specification, we also offer the developer tools that you can use to debug and validate your code. So these are the test suites that I mentioned. And we find that they fall into three main categories. The first scenario is developers that are building clients that connect to Microsoft Server. The second one is, of course, the server-side implementation, and also the middleware, where typically we see those are security or archiving scenarios. And the test suites are the tools we use to validate these different scenarios. When we authored each open specification, we spent time doing in-depth analysis to ensure that the document is accurate, up-to-date, and consistent. And in our protocol test suite, we simulate the implementation process by taking these key requirements and what we call the normative language and turning those into test case and scenarios. And you can think of these scenarios as representative of how the product requests and responses to the Microsoft Server and clients. We have a large number of Windows and Office family suite test suites that are available on GitHub, and they're open source, so you can use them to test your implementation. And based on your feedback and questions that we get, we keep on working and improving our test suites and the test environment. So we have some exciting updates that we'll share with you later on, like the AI-generated test suites that I mentioned, which James will talk more in depth on that in his Q&A session on Wednesday morning as part of the IO Lab, and lots of other improvements like performance improvements, the independent deployment of testing environment, diffs to multiple doc versions, and more. And Namikoye from our test team will go into details on those updates right after I'm done in just a couple of minutes. So just stay here, no need to go anywhere, and you can learn more about that. And we talked about the docs and tools, but what about the human in the loop? We all know it's still a little bit important. So our support, our dedicated support team, as I mentioned, are available 24/7. You can reach them via the dochelp@Microsoft email, and their mission is to unblock you and provide quick answers to keep you going in your development, moving forward. So you can either email them, you can also use the forums to ask an anonymous question, and you also have the GitHub repos with all the test suites that I mentioned before, and all the links to everything will be available at the last slide. So as I mentioned, our team is here the entire week. Shrikant is here, so please take advantage of our presence here and ask any question you might have. I just want to talk a little bit about the Interop events. So that's a place where it all comes together. Some events we have are broader in scope. As you can see, our Dev Days event in Taipei, where thousands of people come together. This is more of a learning and interaction opportunity. And some of our events are smaller in scale, like the SMB IO Lab that's going to be here, as I mentioned, and also our RDP IO Labs. And those events provide you with the opportunity to network, knowledge share, and just staying up to date with the latest advancement. And so really, it's that dedicated time for you to accelerate interoperability. And this is a quote from a partner, that the biggest value is just having everyone around one table. And we've seen it during COVID when events were virtual, and your feedback was that it's just not the same without that hallway conversation and just meeting someone over at breakfast and talking about your implementation. And that's the secret sauce of interoperability. The Interop events site is also that shortcut, aka.ms Interop events. This is like your one-stop shop for all the resources I mentioned. And we continue to evolve the interoperability program, enhancing these resources and docs and tooling. And a lot of the changes are driven by the customer feedback that we get from you. And we pay attention to the demand and usability of our events and features. So if something is not beneficial for you, just let us know. We can change and adapt and update. And if I want to end with a reminder and this message that the Interop program was made for you. So we invest in the program, like maintaining the documents and holding the IO lab so that customers can innovate confidently. So do take this opportunity, use the documents, do the testing, collaborate and talk with us, and provide that feedback. And as I mentioned, the feedback will directly shape the future of Interop events. And it will make everyone just build better products. So just keep testing, as our t-shirts say. So thank you, and we hope to see you in our future events. If you're in Taipei, then in September, then we'll be there, and also at the SDC in Santa Clara in California in September. So please join us. These are the resources I mentioned, and if you have any questions. And just after this, we have Namikoya here, and after Namikoya, we'll have Steve French. Unfortunately, he was unable to be here in person, but we have his recording, and he'll be available for Q&A during the IO Lab on Wednesday. So whoever is participating will have a remote Q&A with Steve then.